we are going to call the November 14th meeting of the Common Council to order. I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Lysak.
Here.
Reinke.
She is excused.
Rote.
Here.
Stefanski.
Here.
Turner.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Grisham. Here. Haas.
Here.
Keen. Here. 9 present, 1 excused.
We have a quorum. Please rise if you are able and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led this evening by Alderman Lysak.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to move on to Section D, public hearings. We have 3 this evening, and I will ask the clerk to read public hearing number 1.
Conditional use permit for Sona Lofts Phase 2, a proposed 5+ unit dwelling at 6600 West Mitchell Street.
Thank you. Turn it over to staff. Steve.
Thanks, Mayor. This is the first hearing for a 51-unit apartment development at just west of 66th and Mitchell Street. The farmers market is off in the upper right-hand corner, and then the newer Phase 1 Sona development along National Avenue is just immediately to the north. To the east is Higgins Tower Service. The property is zoned C3 commercial, which allows for high-density residential on this lot with a conditional use permit, and the purpose for our hearing. The timeline for construction is to start late this year or likely early next year, and then opening for business, for residents in the likely the second quarter of 2025. The property is situated on the lot is on a slight angle. Mitchell Street being on the very bottom of the screen, and this is a private drive off to the right-hand side of the site, which accesses the Sona development along National Avenue, as well as other sites within the Makers Row area. The blue area is a retention pond proposed on the west side of the new apartment building, and it will be landscaped. There will be a path entering the site off of Mitchell Street and then running north-south to the Sona Lofts development to the north, as well as Makers Row to the north. There is about 30 or so surface parking stalls just north of the new building, and then there will be additional parking at the ground level of this building. It will have a number of different amenities common to market rate apartments, and we'll get into the architecture next. In terms of landscaping, this is just a more detailed look at the landscaping plan. Behind the building, our refuse is the refuse area, and which is an area that will be a staging area, will be wheeled out on pickup day and then disposed of. Otherwise, it'd be kept inside the building. But considerable landscaping around the perimeter of the site, around that bioretention pond for curb appeal. Visually, in terms of the exterior of the building, it's 4 stories tall. And then the 2 masses of the building, you saw it was sort of on a slight angle. One is being sort of pushed and the other is being pulled, sort of gives an asymmetric look to the building, which is unique. But it does still address Mitchell Street and surrounding developments in the proximity. The first floor will feature parking. On the east side of the building over here, these are 3 townhome style units on the ground floor, and then the common area lobby, and then up above you'll have the other units. The exterior of the building will feature cementitious materials, a mix of fiber cement, hardy plank, which is a cementitious siding and paneling, as well as a Nichi-Ha panel, which is another type of accent panel, also cementitious in nature. And then at the very base, on the north and west facades, will feature cast-in-place concrete. That Nichi-Ha paneling does give the appearance of a wood look, a faux wood look, but so that's just a different type of siding material. And then additional metal trim lining the southwest and northwest corners of the building. The floor plan, just the unit mix of 27 studios, 24 one-bedrooms, and then 3 3-bedrooms. Those are the townhome units here. And then this is the at-grade parking underneath the units. So in total, 63 parking stalls provided, 28 on the first floor, 30 on the surface, 5 additional on the what we're calling a side street, which is actually a private drive entering the site here. And then a maximum of allowed in the zoning is 102 stalls. So it is the parking ratio is 1.23 stalls per unit, which is about par for what other developments in the area are at as well. There is also bicycle parking shown on the plans, 26 indoor spaces and a couple outdoor. So Plan Commission has recommended approval on October 25th, and the abutting property owner to the east has indicated he just recently submitted a communication requesting a condition on this conditional use that it be added to require the applicant to cooperate with the CDA to close its transaction to sell 16 feet of land to the Higgins site with clean title. Now, staff doesn't recommend adding that condition to this conditional use permit. For this property to close, it's currently owned by the city CDA, and in order for it to close, that easement issue will need to be worked out anyway. So in our opinion, there's no need to encumber this conditional use with an added condition such as that. I'm happy to take any questions at this point.
Thanks for the presentation, Mr. Scher. Are there any questions on public hearing number 1 from the Common Council members?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Weigel.
I was at the Plan Commission meeting, and I think a lot of us have been watching the development around the farmers market, and I'm very pleased with it. It's also nice that they kind of changed the look of this. This isn't just another extension of the Sona building there. Although it's going to be connected to it. Is that, you said internally? Is that like underground parking lot to parking lot?
Actually, the building to the north, the Sona, the original one, along National Avenue, yeah, that does feature underground parking. This one doesn't. Grade. Yeah.
So, but I believe you said it's internally connected to Sona?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, the walkways that run from Mitchell Street.
Oh, you mean like internally within the property?
Internal walkways will run from Mitchell
so it's not
to
an
National.
underground. It's
Correct.
Not,
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought it was first floor. Well, anyways, I like the fact that with the townhouses along there, especially, it does change up the look. So it's not just like this building just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
It's more interesting architecturally. Thanks.
Thank you, Alderman Weigel. Any other questions from the council? Okay, seeing none, are there any questions from the members of the audience on public hearing number 1? Okay, seeing none, we will close our first public hearing and we will move on to number 2. I will ask the clerk to read out our second public hearing.
Conditional use permit for Checkers, a proposed restaurant with accessory drive-through service at 11013 West Greenfield Avenue.
Thank you. I'll turn it over to Mr. Scher again.
Thank you, Mayor. 110th and Greenfield, this is a small outlet that was previously a fuel station for numerous grocery stores over the years. And it is owned by Festival, and Festival is entering into a lease with Checkers, which is a hamburger stand, and they're going to offer a drive-through hamburger area. There will also be a walk-up opportunity for patrons to come here and enjoy a burger. So this is a single tenant building with a drive-through. Restaurants, and then most certainly if you have a drive-through, that does trigger a conditional use permit. This is just a quick look at the overall site layout. It is orientated, I guess, both for dual drive-through lanes, point of ordering here as you enter the site, and then drive up to the point of the transaction where you get your food here, and then exit onto a driveway and then out to Greenfield Avenue. There's also another opportunity to go south down to Lapham Street at this point too. There's 11 parking stalls shown on the site. This is primarily, though, going to be drive-through driven for their model, but they will offer a walk-up window for ordering as well as a patio outside in the lot. We are recommending additional landscaping as well as an internal walkway from the Festival Foods site, which is off the screen left, across over through this median and then up to the burger stand. So just connectivity within this area, again, just to sort of promote more walking. You know, maybe shopping, you want to grab a bite to eat, you don't necessarily have to hop back in your car and go to the drive-thru. You can actually walk over if there's some internal means of connectivity between sites. It's a big part of our Highway 100 corridor plan that was drafted some years ago. So just a closer look at that pathway that we're trying to create and that the developer is going to do as part of this, but just sort of gives you the concept, the idea of that visual, connecting Festival Foods, which is here, with an internal walkway over to the Checkers, and then also another walkway up to Greenfield Avenue into the site and through the site. In just terms of architectural, this is the artistic rendering of what that would look like. It's about a 1,500 square foot building. Materials will include glass, pre-finished metal cladding, black cladding, as well as some stainless steel and red stucco. I'm going to be careful to just indicate this is not EIFS or drive-it material. That's a material that's not encouraged within our city's design guidelines. The three-coat stucco system is a higher durability. It's something that Planning Commission evaluated with architectural staff and members of the Planning Commission and determined that this was an acceptable material to try for this building. The floor plan just features, here's the orange is the walk-up area. So there'll be a vestibule where you can come in and walk in and place an order. And there's also the blue area is a drive-through service area. And then there's also bathrooms here for public, if needed, as well as the kitchen area. So the Planning Commission has recommended approval. The addition of outdoor bike racks was one of the conditions of approval. Incorporating an internal pedestrian walkway through the site from Festival across the site to the Checkers was all part of their condition of approval. The developer and applicant here are on board with those conditions, and there have been no objections to date. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from the members of the Common Council on public hearing number 2?
Mayor Devine.
Alderperson Grisham.
Thank you. Steve, I just have a question on the one slide that you had, the signage. Is that going to be in a visual impairment for line of sight? It looks quite large compared to some of the monument signs. Is that the signage that you're at right there?
That is a sign that's actually there today. It was around for some years. I think going back to Pick and Save, and now with Festival has a presence on that sign. So
they do. Okay.
It's remained. It is outside of the vision angle, but it was approved by the Planning Commission, reviewed by staff and engineering.
Okay, I thought we were going away from that. That's why I asked the
typically,
question.
yeah, definitely. If it's within a vision angle, the advice of staff is usually to keep it outside of the vision area for safety reasons. But in this case, I can certainly take a closer look at this, but I do believe it is outside the vision angle.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions from the Common Council?
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Haas and then Alderman Weigel.
And Steve, you said that there will be no indoor dining area, but there will be an outdoor dining area.
Yep. Yep.
And is that how I've had enough fast food in my life? I have to admit that I haven't been to a Checkers before. Is that how Checkers are traditionally, or is that their corporate idea, not having indoor dining?
It is that way. I mean, it's primarily a drive-through service. That's their wheelhouse, but they do offer a walk-up window. Some limited outdoor seating, as shown here in the image. The next closest location to us, it would be on 76th and Capitol Drive. So, but very similar type of look, auto service drive-through. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Weigel.
Steve already answered one of my questions. So there's no indoor dining, but there's 2 restrooms. Does one serve the customers? I'm looking at, looks like one has access from the outside and one has access from the inside only.
Right.
So are they both unisex?
This is the public restroom here, and then this one is the employee.
And that's accessible only from the outside?
This one is, yes.
Yes,
correct,
the public.
yeah,
The public.
Yes.
And the plan doesn't have an enumeration of the number of tables that would be outside? Is that anywhere?
I don't have it in this presentation, but that is, I know we do have that. It does indicate.
It's more than 2 or something, or is it like a 4, 6?
It's a small amount, but it is more than 2. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alderman Weigel. Thank you. Any other questions from the council? If not, are there any questions on public hearing number 2 from the members of the audience? Seeing none, we will close public hearing number 2. And I will ask the clerk to read public hearing number 3.
Conditional use permit for Nico's Authentic Premium Pizza, a proposed restaurant at 9638 West National Avenue.
Thank you. Mr. Scher.
Thank you, Mayor. Nico's Pizza opened a soft opening recently to test the waters. I haven't been there yet, but they are located at 96th and National. It's a former Shakey's Pizzeria, and after that it was a Choice Pub, Crawdaddy's Roadhouse for a limited period of time until they went out of business. But it's Nico's is back, and they've wish to occupy the building. Should council approve this conditional use, the hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. And then 2:30 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. The zoning is C2 commercial, which does allow restaurants as a conditional use. And we're here tonight before the public hearing. They do have a Class B license and will offer, full-service restaurant and bar. The exterior of the building, there aren't really any significant exterior changes other than signage and just refreshing the building, some new paint, and some maintenance items. However, they will have 128 seats within the restaurant, 20 in the bar, and another 64 for an event room. And the floor plan shows kind of that breakdown here. Primarily 128 in the restaurant, the tavern area or bar area here with the 20 seats, and then a separate event room back here. The restrooms, there is a separate set of restrooms for the event space or event room, and then another set of restrooms for the general restaurant area here. In terms of landscaping, there aren't any significant changes. However, there will be some refreshing going on and some infill in spot areas around the perimeter of the site. It's sort of an example of what was recently taken recently in the past couple of weeks, just to show what I guess a couple of years of kind of lack of use can do. But those types of things are going to get cleaned up and fixed, and it will be maintained in accordance with the approved plan that we have on file. So Plan Commission has recommended approval on the 25th. We've received one comment to date about the concern with hours of operation. There is an existing liquor license, that Class B, that's been approved with those hours of operation. But so that concludes my conditional use presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the members of the council on public hearing number 3?
Mayor Devine?
Alderwoman Keene.
Steve, are they going to be serving pizza until 2 a.m. or is the kitchen closing at 12 and then they're just going to operate as a bar?
From what I understand, that the pizzeria, the food service ends at 11 p.m. And then if they stay open beyond that, I guess that's how they would choose to manage that, But it's my understanding that the license that was, approved is sort of the full extent of, the state law. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council? Seeing none, are there any questions on public hearing number 3 from the audience? All right, seeing none, we will close our third public hearing, and we will move on to item E on our agendas. This is where the Common Council may receive information from members of the public during this 30-minute period. Each speaker must announce to the council their name and address, sign in at the podium, and limit their comments to one statement of no more than 5 minutes. The council cannot take action on topics raised by the speakers and cannot discuss topics with the speakers. If there is anybody that wishes to address the council under citizen participation this evening, please approach the podium and push the right button on the microphone, which hopefully will turn on a green light. If a little person on it?
Yep.
There we are.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Sorry about that. My name is Patty Novak, 9730 West Montana Avenue. To the mayor and members of the Common Council, as I've said, my name is Patty Novak. Together, my husband and I have run Novak Manor for many years. This year, we were told we would not be allowed to go forward next year due to a code violation. We reached out and in conversations talked about the potential of a new permit being created to help us continue to go forward. This brings us to the November 7th council meeting where the council was to discuss if this could be passed on to the planning committee as well as up for public hearing. We attended this meeting with high hopes that it would be passed on to the planning committee. What we did not expect was personal opinions and gross overreaching of what we do to be taken into consideration. We also did not expect that the members of the council would choose to file this based on one complaint and not take the time to learn anything about our event or our 9,000 supporters. There were limited comments that related to the actual permit. Items such as having an available restroom and safety concerns were more the focus. These are all things in which we are happy to discuss and accommodate for. As for the question regarding where the proceeds are donated to, I think anyone with a specialized permit should have to share that. An alderman spoke of him being in attendance on what was our final Saturday. There were comments made regarding how cars were parked and potential public urination, both of which are the choice of a person attending an event and not the people behind the event itself. I am aware that everyone hates the comparison between Candy Cane Lane and Novak Manor, but let me say this. I understand where people are coming from when they say they're two different things, because they are. However, many of the issues that are being brought up by council members are issues that affect both events and have nothing to do with the permit. There were concerns brought up about large groups of people going through a residential neighborhood, and as one alderman quoted, peace and quiet of the neighborhood, stating that those large groups of people belong in a commercial environment. If these are concerns being brought up that are separate concerns that relate to the permit, we do need to discuss Candy Cane Lane. They attract over 100,000 people in cars every year. People drive without their headlights on, people park illegally, and I can all but guarantee that there have been children walking or in cars or stuck in traffic that need to go to the bathroom. I'm not on a rampage to shut down Candy Cane Lane, but I do believe that these concerns are being taken into consideration by aldermen regarding our event, then they need to be taken into consideration for any event. Attorney Decker and I had a conversation. He said they would investigate these issues. We appreciate that. However, that will not change the amount of people, cars, and potential children needing to use the restroom, and as the alderman put it, the peace and quiet of the neighborhood. So my question is, as the alderman put, the peace and quiet of the neighborhood is okay to be disrupted for one event, but apparently not another. Another concern by an alderman was that business activity, as they put it, belongs in a commercial area. That said, the city allows an exception for business of parking on lawns during state fair. We are asking for that same consideration. As for the time and effort that goes into our event, we take everything into careful consideration. We plan for months, and yes, we have things to learn, but that is true for everyone. However, my husband and I took very great offense to the comment by the alderman, I quote, is not really using their heads too well. This was spoken by an alderman regarding how my husband and I choose to do this type of event. This was extremely disrespectful and not what I would expect from a city official. As for Novak Manor, many years ago we decided to add our love of Halloween with a 501c3 organization that donates to abused and bullied kids. Together we've raised over $40,000 for charities, including BACS, Lucky Mutts Rescue, the Junior Huskies football program, a local family in need, and the West Dallas Police Department K-9 unit. Each week, we receive messages like my autistic child was able to enter a haunt for the first time, or thank you to the actor who knelt down so my child would not be scared. These messages solidify for me why we do what we do. We have many of those emails, posts, and comments with us. These include comments from many close neighbors who are all in great support of what we do. I hope you will take the time to look through them. In closing, I simply ask that if this is brought to the council again, as we hope it will be, that you will consider taking the time to send it to the Planning Commission so that we can have a productive conversation, discuss the issues that pertain directly to the proposal of the permit. We hope to continue to do the good that we've been doing for the members of our community and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Hello, West Dallas City Council. I'm Adam Novak, 9730 West Montana Avenue, 40-year-old resident and owner of Novak Manor, along with my amazing wife. Patty covered many of the points we took away from the previous meeting, and I echo those completely, so I'm going to shift my focus a little differently. I stand before you today with immense pride and gratitude to share the incredible accomplishments and positive impact that Novak Manor has made within our community over the past few years. Novak Manor, as a pillar of generosity and community support, has made substantial contributions that has significantly enriched the lives of many in West Dallas and beyond. First and foremost, our commitment to supporting local causes and organizations has been unwavering. We've proudly donated a total of $37,000 to Bikers Advocating Child Safety, demonstrating our dedication to enhancing the welfare of our community, especially its children. Additionally, we've provided invaluable assistance to families such as the Nabaks. We've donated to the West Dallas Police Department K-9 Unit, supported the Spirited Children Foundation, Lucky Mutts Rescue, and the Junior Huskies to help them get their equipment recertified. We've also extended our kindness by contributing gifts this year to a Christmas program in collaboration with Mechanics of West Dallas, because there are many lives in need during the holiday season. Our reach goes above and beyond the local community. Through the Manor, we've attracted widespread attention and support. Novak Manor has hosted foreign exchange students attending Nathan Hale and welcoming families from Green Bay, Madison, Watertown, Illinois, Minnesota, and numerous other places. Live streams have reached Japan and Afghanistan because the visitors that we have didn't know what a haunted house was, and they had to show their families overseas. Moreover, our collaborations have extended to various institutions and programs such as the Marquette University Brothers of Culture, Miss Teen Milwaukee, and Frank Lloyd Wright Middle School, showcasing the depth of our community engagement. We have participated in city parades, West Dallas a la carte, and even had a meeting on February 28th of this year with Mayor Devine and the events coordinator Chelsea right here at City Hall. The conversation was about combining resources to help grow Haunted Honey Creek. We even had offered for myself and another Manor volunteer to be the wet bandits in this year's tree lighting ceremony at City Hall. We've ensured that all families, especially those unable to afford haunted houses, can experience the joy of seasonal celebrations through the Manor. We've implemented a glow stick option for the last few years so that kids, and let's be honest, adults too, can go through the Manor and experience it even if they are scared. Another compelling reason to support Novak Manor is its safety record. The absence of any violent incidences or accidents on or close to the property underscores the reasonable management and operation of the Manor. This track record demonstrates that we prioritize a secure environment where attendees can enjoy a thrilling experience without compromising their safety. Amid concerns about the activities teenagers may engage in, the Manor emerges as a beacon of positive engagement. By providing a structured and supervised environment, the Manor offers teenagers a unique and entertaining alternative to potential harmful activities. Rather than participating in negative behaviors, adolescents can channel their energy into creative and social experience that fosters a sense of community. The visibility of Novak Manor has been substantial. Have we been featured on local TV news, radio, and print media, amplifying the positive image of our city and the work we do. We have been featured in a music video this year by a local artist and produced by Mountaintop AV, also local. Additionally, MATC, in association with PBS, is currently doing a 3-part documentary sharing our story with a broader audience. We are grateful for the continuous support and sponsorship from businesses like Camino West Dallas, West Stallion, DPS Masonry, and Peak Physique, which have enabled us to amplify our impact within the community. Again, all local businesses. We love to support local business. In conclusion, Novak Manor stands as a testament to the power of community, unity, and compassion. We are dedicated to continuing our efforts to uplift and support the wonderful city of West Dallas and its residents. We look forward to saving the Manor for the betterment of the community. Thank you.
Thanks for your comments.
Bill Lee, 2012 Grandview Court, Waukesha. Mayor and council members, thank you for allowing us to speak today. My name is Bill Lee. I'm Vice President and founder of Bikers Advocating Child Safety. On behalf of Bikers Advocating Child Safety and support of Novak Manor, we are a nonprofit 501(c) organization. BACS came together as a group of like-minded individuals who recognized the clear epidemic of child abuse and knew together we could make a difference while using our motorcycles as a tool. We were founded in 2020, not only help children who are victims of child abuse, but also bully children as well. Our organization aids children who come in contact with us in any way possible. We attend court with or for the children who need us. Until you have sat through a court case that involved an innocent child, you will never understand the devastation that child abuse impacts a child and their families. It is truly heartbreaking. We met a few families through Novak Manor that we helped get through the hardest times of their lives. We were going to ask one of the mothers to come and speak, but as a group, we decided that that family has gone through enough and didn't want them to do that. We are going to we are 100% volunteer, and we fund our activities through donations and fundraising. Our mission is to deliver support to children and their families in need. We aid in the healing and prevention of child abuse. Through collaborative services, we raise awareness and educate the public. We ride by the sides of the survivors and help empower them to live their best lives. Through collaborative services with Novak Manor, together we have been given the ability to generate lots of funds through donations given by the community. Through those years, our role at Novak Manor has continued to evolve. Every night during Novak Manor season, we have members from our organization there. You can find us acting in the yard, providing security, and a representative from our group at a table to talk about backs. That's just a few things that we're doing this season. We also help with behind-the-scenes work, setup, takedown, whatever other tasks Patty and Adam Novak ask of us. Novak Manor gives us the perfect platform and allows us to reach and talk to the public through this remarkable event. Because of our collaboration, the amounts of families we have been able to help and continue to help truly remarkable and humbling. To name all the things that we have done through this partnership would take all night to explain, but I'll give you just a brief list. BACS has directly helped a family move out of a highly dangerous situation. We have unfortunately helped with funds for a child's funeral. We have aided families with necessities such as diapers and food. BACS has been able to participate at national night outs, both in West Dallas and in Heartland. We have participated in the 16th Street Bike Giveaway, and we have given to other local charities that provide care for abused children. We organized and created a BACS Packs giveaway in which we were able to donate 500 backpacks stuffed with school supplies. We have aided our families in more ways than we can explain, and each and every family we help is unique and it does have different needs. In closing, without this platform and the support of the community and surrounding members of the public, it would leave our organization limited as to how we can help in the aid of healing children. Patty and Adam have selflessly created such a remarkable event that sees thousands of people in a short 40 hours for their season. There are no words to describe how much joy and fun we see from the people attending this event, and if this event is not allowed to continue, it will be a devastating loss to the community and all the people involved. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for your comments.
Good evening, Joseph Nabek, 9428 West Oklahoma, West Dallas. Novak Manor is way more than just an incredible haunted attraction. You see the passion that is put into every inch of the adventure. You see the love that the people here have for Novak Manor and that the cast and crew have for the people. Novak Manor provides an experience that you can't get from the big haunted houses. You get character interaction. Your children get to have their first walk through with a glow stick for non-scares, but the real passion is for helping others. Everything the Novaks do with the manor, whether that be the entrance donations, the merchandise table, or the raffles, all money is raised and donated. Those donations go towards many causes, businesses, organizations, and yes, even families. Ask West Dallas Police K-9 Unit, ask Little Mutts Rescue, ask the West Dallas Junior Huskies football program, ask Bikers Advocating Child Safety, or even ask me. Because of Novak Manor, my son was able to go to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota and get a proper diagnosis that Fredericton Children's couldn't figure out. My son was in and out of the hospital for months. He was losing his vision. He was having multiple seizures and swelling in his brain. Children's did every test that they could under the book, and they couldn't figure out what was going on with him. They were testing for foreign diseases, doing multiple spinal taps, MRIs, and they couldn't figure out what was happening. They needed Mayo's help, and we needed to go there and stay there so that they can do even more expanded testing that only Mayo can do. That wasn't possible without Novak Manor. We couldn't afford to go there without the help and the support of Novak Manor and the community. My son is doing monthly infusions now. He had plasmapheresis done to filter out his blood, remove the plasma to help stop the seizures and stop the optic neuritis. He has a rare diagnosis that's called myelin oligodendrocyte glycoprotein antibody disease, also known as MOG. We would have never known this if it wasn't for Novak Manor. Who knows how he would be, or if he'd even be here with us, if not given the opportunity to go to Mayo based off of their generosity. Now he's a relatively normal 14-year-old boy who has a passion and a desire to be part of the reason he's doing better and the people who helped him get there. He is just getting started paying that kindness back and was looking forward to being a part of Novak Manor for years to come. In closing, thank you, Patty and Adam. Thank you for everyone associated with Novak Manor. To the council, taking away the manor, the impact on the community and businesses would be significant. For myself, for my family, and my son Noah, who's here with us today, for all the volunteers at the manor, and for all the good that the Novaks do along with the manor, please find a way for this tradition of great times and generosity to continue so more stories like mine can occur. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Does anybody else wish to address the council under citizen participation this evening? I can assume most of you are here for Novak Manor, so just for our pulse, can you just raise your hands if you're here in favor of Novak Manor? Thank you. We will close citizen participation then. Thank you all for speaking and staying on time and being respectful. Moving on to item F is the announcement of our standing committees, which will be meeting during recess this evening. If you are here for a license or a permit or a liquor license and are not sure which room to go to, they are listed on the top of page 2 on your agendas, or you can just ask one of us when we break for recess. Item G, I do not have a mayor's report this evening, so we will go right to item H, which is reports from the alderpersons. Does anyone have any reports from the Common Council this evening?
Mayor Devine?
Alderman Stefanski.
I don't have any reports, but I have a comment. I want to thank the Novaks and everybody who came to support them tonight, because this needs to keep going on in the community, and anybody who thinks different is not very smart. Thank you.
Any other reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Lysick.
I move for approval of the minutes of November 7th, 2023.
There is a motion and a second. Were there any corrections or changes to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Item J, understanding committee reports. We have none this evening, so we will go right to item K.
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Lysick.
Is there any item that any of the council members would like to have acted upon separately? If not, I would move for approval of item K as presented.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. If there is no discussion, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Lysick.
Aye.
Rote.
Aye.
Stefanski.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Vitale.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Grisham.
Aye.
Haas.
Aye.
Keen. Aye. 9 in favor, 1 excused.
Motion carries.
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we stand in recess until conclusion of the committee meetings.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We are in recess.